The story begins on a bright morning with Stickman sitting in his tiny spaceship, sipping a cup of cosmic coffee. He had been staring at the star map for hours and finally decided, you know what? Let's visit every single planet in the solar system. He presses a few buttons, the ship rumbles, and suddenly, blast off! The adventure is about to begin. First stop, Mercury. The smallest planet and the closest to the sun greets Stickman with a heat wave that makes his coffee boil instantly. Note to self, never wear a sweater here, he mutters while hopping around the rocky crater-filled surface. Mercury doesn't have much of an atmosphere, so every step feels eerily silent, except for the crunch of dust under a stick feet. From there, Stickman zips straight to Venus, the drama queen of the solar system. Thick clouds of sulfuric acid swirl above, and the heat is even worse than Mercury thanks to a runaway greenhouse effect. It's like an oven, but angrier, he says, fanning himself with a piece of aluminum foil he found in the cockpit. The ground glows faintly under the hazy yellow sky, and every breath of the atmosphere would be toxic. Next, the blue marble itself, Earth. Stickman pauses his journey for a moment to float above the clouds and admire home. You know, he says softly, no matter where you go, there's no place like Earth. He points out the vast oceans, green forests, and glowing cities below. It's the only planet we know of with life, and he feels a tiny pang of homesickness before moving on. Mars is the next stop, and it feels like stepping onto an alien postcard. Rusty red dust stretches as far as the eye can see, and Stickman immediately trips over a rock, sending a cloud of fine powder floating around him. He laughs and mutters, "Well, at least the Martians didn't see that." The thin atmosphere makes the sky look a little pink, and icy caps sparkle at the poles. Now for the big one, Jupiter. As Stickman approaches, the gas giant's swirling clouds look like a giant painting come to life. Lightning flashes and massive storms, and the great red spot stares at him like an ancient eye. He can't land here, so he floats above the cloud tops, awed by the sheer size, big enough to fit more than 1,000 Earths inside. Saturn comes next, looking like it's wearing a glittering hula hoop. Stickman can't resist doing a little dance in a spaceship while orbiting through the icy rings. Each ring is made of billions of ice and rock particles, and they sparkle like diamonds in the sunlight. If I could take a piece home, I'd make a ring that would make anyone jealous, he says with a wink. Uranus drifts into view, pale blue and tilted dramatically on its side like it's trying to take a nap. Stickman floats closer, giggling at the planet's quirky spin. The atmosphere is icy and made mostly of hydrogen and helium, but it's the methane that gives Uranus its soft, cool color. Looks chill, literally, Stickman says. Neptune is next, the farthest planet in the solar system and the deep blue king of winds. Stickman nearly gets blown away as he skims the upper atmosphere, where storms rage faster than any hurricane on Earth. This place is like a giant washing machine set to spin cycle, he yells over the roaring winds, clinging to his spaceship for dear life. After visiting all 8 planets, Stickman takes a moment to float in the silence of space. The sun glows faintly in the distance, and he realizes how vast and empty the solar system truly is. Each planet has its own personality, its own beauty, and its own dangers. He feels lucky to have seen them all, but he's not quite ready to head home. He decides to make one more pass by Jupiter, watching the storm swirl endlessly. You know, he says to himself, it's funny how even chaos can be beautiful. The massive planet humbles him, reminding him how small a stick figure can be in such a massive universe. On the way back toward the inner planets, he spots Mars again and wonders what it would be like if humans lived there one day. He imagines little Martian cafes, dusty playgrounds, and perhaps a few stickmen like himself strolling around in spacesuits. The thought makes him chuckle. Passing by Venus again, he waves, even though the planet can't wave back. The thick clouds swirl as if whispering secrets to him. "Keep your mysteries," Stickman says. I'll figure you out someday. He makes a note to research more about its strange volcanoes and extreme weather once he's back home. Mercury appears once last time, its surface glowing faintly in the sunlight. Stickman thinks about how this tiny, fast-orbiting planet has no moons to keep it company. Don't worry, buddy. You've got the sun to keep you warm. Maybe a little too warm. As Earth comes back into view, Stickman's heart lifts. He slows his ship to take in the sight once more, the blues, greens, and whites blending together like a masterpiece. Back to where it all began, he whispers, guiding the spaceship gently toward the surface. Touching down, Stickman steps out and takes a deep breath of fresh air. Ah, oxygen, how I missed you, he says dramatically, falling onto the grass. The journey may have been long, but it's moments like this that make it worth it. Later, sitting by a campfire under a starlit sky, Stickman looks up at the points of light scattered above. He now knows exactly where each one is, what they're made of, and the challenges they hold. It feels like he has friends out there now, giant, distant, and strange, but friends nonetheless. He sketches a little map in his notebook, labeling each planet and drawing tiny Stickman doodles on them. The Saturn doodle has sunglasses, Jupiter has a huge smile, and Neptune looks like it's blowing wind. It's silly, but it makes him laugh. Finally, Stickman closes the notebook, leans back, and smiles. The universe is far too big for him to see at all, but that won't stop him from trying. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe he'll visit moons, asteroids, or even galaxies beyond. For now, though, he's just happy to be home. With the fire crackling and the cool night air settling in, Stickman drifts off to sleep, dreaming of cosmic adventures yet to come. Out there in the darkness, the planets keep spinning, waiting for their next visitor.